Oh, the most perfect day ever at the park. Oh my goodness. Oh yes.
I'll push you. Come on. I'm not holding on to any. I feel like
Hi, I haven't updated my vlog in so long, but we're in Chipping Camden. That sounds wrong. Where the grandparents live for Mother's Day weekend. We're here Saturday, it's Sunday, and then we're leaving tomorrow. And I'm sleeping in an air mattress in the middle of the room, in the middle of the kitchen and the living room. But today we went and had like Sunday roast at a pub, and I actually feel like I'm never gonna eat another meal again. I'm so full, and that was like 5 hours ago. I'm in the dark now, and I'm whispering. Can you hear the baby crying? But the ride up here was rough because he cried the whole time, and we had to keep stopping, and my whole body hurt. And then I had a headache afterwards, so that wasn't very pleasant. But other than that, it's been really nice, and it's so cute here, and it was like really sunny. We had a really sunny day, and I'm really enjoying myself. But next week Jessica's off work, so I have a week to myself to do stuff, so I'm very excited. Also, our times just changed here. Like, they didn't change when your guys' changed, they just changed, and I hate the time change. Back on my vlog, we're at the park again. My job is just watching these children always. It's not a job, I love them. We're here, we're leaving a couple of hours. Hopefully Miles doesn't cry the entire time. And then, like I said, I have this week off, so I kind of want to go to Bath because it's not too far. I don't think. Maybe it is. So yeah, there's a train in Exeter, and oh, we went to this little farm shop today that was really cute, and it was like the poshest shop I've ever been in. I'm literally a golf god. I'm so good. Yeah! When it's windy, it's a little cold, but when it's not windy, the sun's out, it's so nice. I literally just have a t-shirt on. So it's beautiful. I don't know when we're gonna leave, but I want to have a little wander through the town first. Okay, I'm on my own now. I'm gonna go have a little wander. I drank a green juice, who's proud of me. I'm gonna go have a little wander through, whoa, sorry, it's really blurry, through just like the high street. It's really cute, I'll show you. I really don't think you guys understand, like, it's literally the most perfect day ever. Like, the sun is hot. I'm in a t-shirt and I'm sweating. It's so lovely out. We have to get in the car, and I'm kind of sad. I don't want to leave. The drive home was much better and much faster, and not even a worry at all. But I've come to the conclusion, well, I came to it a while ago, but me and Lily have decided we're gonna start a magnet fridge collection. And I don't even know if my home fridge is magnetic. I think it is. And we already have magnets up there. So we're gonna be really annoying Mom and Dad, and I'm gonna put a bunch of magnets all over our fridge. Hope you like it. But this is the one I bought in the Cotswolds. It doesn't really show that it's the Cotswolds, but I just thought it was so cute. It's on my radiator right now. But isn't it adorable? That's gonna be filled with magnets. I'm on a double-decker bus. Okay, so I was gonna go to the Pride and Prejudice house today, but I couldn't figure out the train things. So I decided I was gonna go to this other National Trust park called the Killerton House. And this is my great demise, is that I actually really like public transportation. Like, I enjoy taking the bus. I'm so bad at it. I cannot figure it out for the life of me. Like, I just am lost constantly. And the bus doesn't stop directly at the house, so now I have to walk to get there, and I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's a field to my left and a road to my right, and that's it. So hopefully I get there. Hopefully I can get picked up. That's the biggest concern. It's not very far from Exeter. Jess drove me into Exeter because they were going there, and then I had to get a bus from Exeter to here, and then on the way home, I had to get a bus from here to Exeter to home. So, wish me luck. Like, that's the road, and then there's just nothing. There's just like fields. So that's really cute. And it's actually kind of hot. I made it. Okay, I'm back on my trek because I'm leaving now. I thought it was fun. I talked to a nice man. He was nice. The house itself wasn't that exciting. Like, out of all of the house park things, I don't know, like old houses, this one wasn't that good. I don't know if you can hear me, it's really windy. The exhibit was cool. It was like 1920s fashion. That was cool to see. But my complaints, it was actually nice. Like, the sun is out, so it's warm, but there's just a bitter wind, which I don't like, obviously. I also accidentally just snuck in there. I have Jessica's National Trust card, so I could have gotten in for free, but I just like went through where the cars were going through and I got in for free anyway, so that was fun. This is my own fault. I wore the wrong shoes. I've been wearing my Doc Martens everywhere, and I just didn't realize how much walking I was going to be doing. I should have worn my trainers, but oh well. And Hudson gave me these pair of shoes for Christmas, and I really want to wear them because they're so cute, but I can't break them in, and they hurt my feet every time I wear them. So, oh my god, it's so windy, I might blow away. Man said he likes my earrings. I also bought a gift for Mom. Nobody mentioned my claw nails. I'm gonna cut them shorter, but I just haven't been able to. Now I have to walk back to my bus. There's one leaving at 1:30, but I don't know if I'm gonna get back there in time. And then the problem is there's so many buses in Exeter going everywhere, but there's literally like to Drew Staten, which is where I'm living, like that little tiny town. There's like 3 buses a day. So you really just gotta like time it right. And I haven't done that. So I might be in Exeter for a bit, but that's okay. It's only 1. Okay, update. I had a really nice day. I met this really nice guy on the bus, and he gave me recommendations to where to go. He was like, oh, you have to go. I forgot it. Immediately he said where to go, and I forgot. I literally should have written it down. I'll figure it out, though. He said, like, the Moor, and then, like, just, like, certain areas of Devon where it's, like, really hills and stuff. So that was nice. But I did get bamboozled by this man in the store. I was, like, kind of hungry, but I wasn't, like, starving. So I walked into the store, and I didn't even really, it was this bakery. I didn't even really want anything from there, to be honest. But then he, like, immediately came up to me, and I felt bad. And I was like, okay, I'll have a chocolate chip cookie, please. And then he was like, he like, said chocolate chip cookie, and I was like, yeah. And then he goes, okay, I'll give you 2 free muffins. And I was like, okay, sure. And he was like, I'll put them in this box. And he goes, what do you want? And I was like, I'll have a chocolate chip muffin and a blueberry muffin. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll take them back home. That's fine. And then he gives those 2, and then he grabs 2 more, like 2 more muffins. So 4 muffins. And I was like, I didn't ask for 4. I don't want 4 muffins. And in my head, I'm assuming they're free. And then he goes over to the till and is like, okay, I'll only charge you for 2 muffins. I didn't want 2 muffins. I didn't want 4 muffins. I want a chocolate chip cookie. So I walked out of the store with 4 muffins and no chocolate chip cookie. Can you believe it? And I paid for them too. It wasn't like I got them for free. So that was really annoying. And then also there was some like weirdos. Like I think it was because it was like I normally go on Saturday. It was like Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Like that's when the crazies came out. There was this guy who was just like walking back and forth, like playing the loudest techno music I've ever heard in my entire life. And then there was like just a lot of people shouting, like crazy people screaming. Other than that, a very wholesome experience. It was like I had fun, but that place I went to wasn't like that exciting. And also my feet were hurting, so I didn't walk as much as I could have, but it was cute. I bought a little watercolor set, so I'm gonna do some watercoloring, and yeah. Hi vlog. I had a migraine last night, and I kind of had a headache when I started to get home, and I took some medicine and then ate dinner and went in the shower, and then by the time I got out, I was like pounding. So I got into bed at 8:30, and then I think I fell asleep by like 9, like 10 maybe. I don't have one anymore, so we're okay. But today I just kind of didn't feel like doing a lot, which I know, don't scream at me because it's like, this is my week off. I should probably go do something. But I'm tired, okay? And I didn't feel that good. So I'm here. I bought a paint kit at the store, a watercolor kit, and I'm just gonna sit and watercolor and enjoy my peace and quiet. Everybody else is out. Tomorrow I'll go do something. Friday for sure I'm gonna go to the Pride and Prejudice park because that was like my one thing of like I need to do before I leave. Yeah. This is not a new discovery about myself at all, but I'm such a homebody. Like, I love being at home and I love being by myself. Both of those things are true. And I also, look, I got this like little orange sweater. Isn't it cute? It was $2. I like love being alone, and I also just like, if I go out, I need a day to recover. Yesterday my day was like a little stressful. That's probably why, but I just like need time off. I never showed my watercolor art, but I did that one yesterday and I did this one today. Aren't they sweet? Elise helped me with that part.
The boo cow.
Oh, now you're watching yourself. Kiss, please. Wow, golden lighting. I woke up at 6 in the morning, if you can believe it. It's currently 7, and I'm gonna go wait for my bus. I'm tired. My schedule's like thrown off. I was going to bed late and waking up late, but I'm going to Bath by myself. I have to take this train into Exeter, and then I'm gonna try to get as close to the station as I can, but it kind of is like not near the station, so I have to haul over to the station because there's like 3 stations in Exeter, and I'm going to Exeter St. David. Anyway, and then I take the train into Bath, and then I don't know when I'm staying at a hostel, so I feel like they can't be that strict about check-in time, but all I have is a backpack, so I'm not that worried. I almost made it to the train station. I just did like a 20-minute walk. Honestly, it wasn't really bad. My backpack was kind of heavy. And I'm wearing my trainers, which this will be a good test for all of the walking I'm gonna do in London with Sadie, and then also over the summer. I honestly might have to get new shoes by then, because these ones almost feel like a little small, but we'll see. So I'm actually an idiot, and I was supposed to get off on one of the trains to change trains, and I just did not do that. I had no idea. So I had to buy a new ticket, which I don't even know if I needed the ticket, to be honest, but I had to buy a new ticket. And now I went from Bristol to Gloucester, and now I have to go, it was like 30 minutes, and I have to go 30 minutes back, change trains to go 20 minutes back. And yeah, I literally kept telling myself, being like, don't stress, it's gonna be such an easy trip, you just have to take the train there. The world hates me, I'm just not built for public transportation. I'm back on. I can't check into my room till 3, so I'm just stuck with my backpack for a couple of hours, but that's okay, it's not too heavy. I went to a bakery and I got a Rocky Road bar and a sausage roll, and it's huge, and it's so busy here. I think it's because it's a weekend and it's like spring break. I'm in some random area and I'm playing a little game with myself of, can I get back to the hotel without my phone if I needed to? So we'll see. Oh my gosh, my bag won't stay on my shoulder. I found it all by myself. It's literally right off of the bridge, and then that leads into like the city center. So that's really nice. Also, I feel like all this walking I'm doing is giving me some false hope that I can just walk everywhere now. Like, I have it in my head that I can just walk miles and miles and miles. I'm in bed of the hostel room. The guy was from California, was checking us in, and he was so nice. And I talked to one lady, but she was like old, so I got a top bunk, which I didn't really want. I found this market that was so cute, and now I'm walking down this random street, and honestly I'm living now that I don't have my backpack. I feel like that was really holding me back. Also, I went to the hostel and like chilled for 20 minutes. I didn't meet anybody, but I just like laid down because I was anxious and tired. But now I'm rejuvenated and ready to go. Okay, I just left my hostel. I had to check out at 11 and it's 10, but I didn't really just want to sit there, so I left. Now I'm gonna figure out stuff to do. My train's at 3:40. I'm gonna go to a church service, I think. But I met these 3 guys last night, just like in the common area. And then I was talking to them like the whole night, and then we went downstairs and played games. And then at 10 p.m. they were like, should we go out? And I was like, okay. So I went out with these 3 random like 20-year-olds. One was like 30. And we tried to get into this club, and first we tried to go to one and it was 21 plus. And then we tried to go to another one and they wouldn't let the guy in because he was wearing a tracksuit, which made me laugh so hard. He looked so freaking English. And then we finally landed at one, and I drank the yummiest cocktail ever. And then I had this free beer because they accidentally gave us beer, and it was so gross, and I still feel like I can taste it. And then we got back at like 1 in the morning, but it was so fun. I had the time of my life. I'm at a church service in the Abbey. Okay, I'm at the train station like 10 minutes early, but I have to give a recount of my entire hostel experience. So I got there, and immediately the guy who was checking me in was so nice, and he was from Pasadena, and we bonded later on because I was like, Radiohead's playing at the Abbey, which is so random, and it wasn't even Radiohead, it was like a cover band, and we talked about that for a while. And then I didn't meet anybody until dinner because I was like, oh, I'll go out to eat, but then I was like, no, maybe I'll just get food and eat at the hostel. And thank God I did, because everybody was eating there. So I talked to this lady. She was like nice, but she was kind of odd. I discovered everyone is like just a little weird. Like, I simply must have been the only normal one there. That's not true. But she was nice. And then this boy who was like 22 sat next to me, and he was from Canada. So we were having a lovely old chat. And then I got up and moved over to the couches, and the lady who I had been previously talking to introduced me to this guy who was probably about 30, and he was from Windsor, but he was living in Bath, and he didn't have his house or his apartment yet, so he was like staying in hostels. And he was so funny. He was also weird, but like funny weird. Like, he just like made the most intense eye contact with you. So I was enjoying him. And then there was this other kid sitting there, and he was from China, and we started talking, and he was weird. I'll get into him in a minute. And then the Canadian boy was sitting next to me. So I was sitting next to these 3 guys, and I talked to them for like an hour. And then we went downstairs, and they have this like vault room, and we played this like pop quiz. It was like not a pop quiz, but like a trivia game for like 3 hours. And then it was 10 o'clock, and I was like, okay, we're going to bed. And then they were like, should we go out and get drinks? And I was like, go out? What do you mean? So at 10 o'clock at night, we went out, and the first club we couldn't get into because it was 21 plus, and I'm not 21. And then the second club we get into, oh my God, they wouldn't let us in because the 30-year-old man was wearing a tracksuit. I've never seen someone look so English in my life. He was wearing an Adidas sweat tracksuit. It was so funny, and they wouldn't let him into the club. So we had to go to this like little bar, and I drank a yummy drink, and then they gave us a beer for free. And so they gave us 3 for free actually. And it was so disgusting and foul. How does anyone drink beer? I don't know. It was so gross. Okay, so basically my camera died in the middle of doing this, and I don't have a charger for it. So we'll never recover that footage probably. But basically, I had such a fun time there. The next morning, I was like alone, whatever, and then the guy from China DM'd me and was like, oh, do you want to go get lunch? And I was like, sure, whatever. And we went and got lunch, and then we like walked around, and then he dropped me off at my train station, And he was like very nice, like he was super sweet, but he just didn't have like the best social skills ever in the world. And like therefore, like when he hugged me goodbye, he just like hugged me a little too long, and not in like that kind of weird way, but just like he didn't know not to almost. And like I don't know, he just wasn't my person, but he was fine, he was nice. And then he did like message me like several times afterwards, and I never responded. Oops. But I loved my hostel experience. It was great. I felt really safe. Like the room I was staying in was only girls, but like even in the common area and whatnot, I felt very safe. It was very clean. It was very friendly, and I would definitely stay in another one. I loved it. We're on a swing in the baby Bjorn.
Other boys made me so mad, but I can close my eyes.
It's my birthday. I had a really lovely day. I requested tacos for dinner, and we had chocolate cake, and it was so good. And they also gave me these like adorable freaking earrings and this little mug with the letter M on it. And Joe and Lee gave me chocolate. So, yay. It's Miles' birthday today. This is the outfit. Very exciting. This is my card I made for him. Isn't it cute? Ooh, I just got it wet. And that's his present. It's a little music set. Dude, Miles. Everyone spilled the night, and I literally thought the house was gonna blow down.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Your hair. Per usual, I never ended the vlog, but basically you saw Miles's birthday party where Clive, Sally, Becky, her husband, Freddie, and Daniel all came down. That was really cute and sweet and wholesome. And then it was also Easter / Joe's birthday. So we had roast dinner and we had like a little Easter egg hunt. It was really adorable and cute. And then the next week I was in London. So basically that was my spring holidays. The first week it was Jessica had off. Then I watched the kids. Then I can't remember what happened. Oh, they went on holiday with Joe and Lee, so I watched Miles, and then I was in London. So London vlog coming soon. Love you all, bye.